after about 8 months, I'm finally able to touch this a little bit more. I've got a long time before I'm even close to having this thing done. So figured I'd make a quick video and kind of make a list of stuff. As you guys have probably seen, I've been working on these stupid rocker panels since I started doing any sort of videos. That was over 2 years ago. We're coming up on 3 years now, but we've done a little bit here and there. But trying to get past this daunting task, I'm going to create a list of everything that needs to happen, and that way that can give you guys a little bit of a view of what is going on and what we're going to do to this thing, and maybe me making a checklist will motivate me a little bit more if I can see the progress. So I stole my dad's favorite whiteboard, and we're going to make a list. First things first, I still haven't even named this thing. Me and my buddy have always had a tradition of naming our vehicles. He had a Mitsubishi. He named that thing Gretchen. He's got an old Focus he's named Greta, and my old Nissan Sentra that you guys probably seen before, that was Starla. So we got to come up with something good with this. Naturally, love is going to be in the name, so maybe something like Loretta Love or Larry Love. Let's start with Larry. We'll see if we like Larry. So as soon as I can get these rocker panels done, I think we're really going to be able to get a move on some stuff, because you know this has been a pretty repetitive project or process for this part, and so that's where we're going to start on this list. And I'm going to start with everything body, because my uncle's a jerk and he's who I bought it from, and he did all the fun stuff by rebuilding the engine and swapping it and rebuilding the transmission stuff. So thanks, I guess, for getting that done. But rocker panels, I think, are going to be one of the bigger priorities here. So I think we've got this backing plate just about where we need it. We did finally get a spot welder, so that sped up the process quite a bit. We might have to fill in some of these welds. Again, this side's looking pretty good, but honestly, because it's not going to be seen, I'm not too worried about it. I'm pretty over these rocker panels. This side is not looking as bad as I thought it was either. I guess we did more than I thought I have. I've done a little bit off camera with these. And so we originally painted these because these LUVs are notorious for rusting. And so we primered it and painted it with that in mind. We didn't really think about the welding process at the second we did that, and so we did have to grind off a little bit of that paint. So we might have to repaint that, probably just primer it. I just want to protect it. That's all I really care about. And then hopefully that will be all we have to do there, because I am over that. And so next we'll start putting on the rocker panels. I do think we need to open these up a little bit more. I think it got damaged a little bit just in the wrecking yard, the pick apart, and so we've done that a little bit in the past, but it looks like we might need to do a little bit more, and so we'll have to trim that a little bit. That's my backing plate right there. So we'll spot weld that on, and then we'll weld up those holes all the way around, and then we'll trim all the way around here, and we'll just start making it look pretty. I think I'm gonna need a break from the cab because I've done a lot there, and so I'm ready for something a little different. And so I think what I'm gonna do is move on. What I'm gonna have to do is really focus on a lot of these rust type holes right here. So I think I'm gonna start with Mostly just cutting rust holes out and patching those up. I will probably replace hinges. These things were pretty rough shape. I'll probably put some newer ones on there. These could probably work, but I don't know. I'm putting so much work and money into this, I might as well make it look good. And besides, this one's all bent up pretty bad, this stuff. Oh, you can see where it used to be yellow right there. I have seen people convert the chain from the step side. I have seen them take the normal bed like latches and put them on there, but I think I like the look of these. I think it kind of gives it a classic look. However, with those chains, I will probably get some new chains as well, just to make it look all pretty. Then something that excites me probably more than it should is the tailgate. So the original tailgate, I'll see if I can find a picture. I doubt I will be able to. So the original of that had Chevrolet just painted in cursive on it, which I think is cool. It kind of reminds me of pinstripe, like old-fashioned pinstriping. But I love the indented Chevy lettering. I don't know why. I just think it's really cool. So I asked around for a bunch of Chevy Love people, and for the 79 steps, or any of the step sides really, they do not come stamped. So I was even going to try and find a new tailgate altogether, but that's not going to happen. So what's going to happen is I might have bent that. I had somebody do that for me, and I might have wasted $60, but that's okay. Don't hate me, babe. That was a few years ago. So, tailgate. So we're gonna have to find a tailgate I can steal from. And then once we move on from the tailgate, I'll probably start working on the step side. So those are made out of fiberglass. They are in pretty good condition. They do need a little bit of work though. There's mostly some fiberglass patching that we're gonna have to do. There's a little bit of spider cracking, so you know, we of course got to get rid of this okay, but not my favorite yellow color. And so we're gonna, you know, patch stuff up right there. This is kind of what the outside looks like. We will need to create supports, better supports for the actual steps so we can make it usable. It looks like they do have a bracket right there, but I think we might upgrade that a little bit because of how old that is. This is what the inside of them look like. It's really not that bad. It looks like somebody's tried doing a little bit of patchwork or something right there. I'm not too familiar with fiberglass, so we'll have to clean up these edges, make them look good, and make sure they're all sturdy. We've been doing a little bit of research on good ways to patch up fiberglass and stuff, but we are kind of learning as we're going on that one. And then of course, you know, we'll eventually paint everything. I think we will do all of that kind of at the same time. It wouldn't really make sense not to, but we will get it all mounted on where it's supposed to go. And I think we might be able to move on from there. I will eventually rhino line this. I really like how rhino line works. I think it protects it. One other thing I did forget with the rocker panels is there's a support that goes in the center of those. One of them looked pretty good before the other one rusted off. However, with the way we're doing these back panels, I think we're going to have to make a modification anyway, kind of customize it. As you can see, it does not touch. I think this was the okay side. Yeah, and the other side we ended up cutting off, so we're gonna have to do that because it does bend in a little bit. But I also think it just will hold it up. So we'll see if we have to do that as well. Ignore my mess, but we are getting pretty close to being done body wise, I think, with the cab. You know, we got that doghouse in, and so I'll have to sand that a little bit more, of course, get that a little better prepped, and then we'll prime it and paint it. That'll probably be one of the first things we paint. And something fun, I'll probably take a break in between. I don't know, we'll see if we do this a little bit later, but I think I'm gonna modify this original dash a little bit. So that is gonna be so long down the road though. I think about it all the time, but it doesn't even matter right now. So really, of course, the rocker panels go with that, but like I said, I'm gonna need a break from that. So I think really that's all we're gonna have to worry about at the time. And then lucky for me, the fenders and the hood, I believe are aftermarket. I'd have to double check that with my uncle, but I think he managed to find them when he was working on this. So he saved me a lot of time finding those aftermarket replacements. So I think for the most part, those are all good. I've already got them sandblasted, and so those will just be painted, and we'll put those on when we're ready for that. I'm not gonna focus too much on what's gonna have to happen mechanically. If I'm being honest, I don't know what exactly is gonna have to happen. I'm gonna have to hook everything up. I need to see what is working and what is not. There is one thing I do know that will be top priority once I start working on that kind of stuff. And that is getting a drive shaft created custom for this. And there's a place a little bit up north that I know will do stuff like that. I've talked to multiple people who've gotten that done, so it shouldn't be a big deal. It's mostly just money at that point. So I think overall that's what I'm going to focus on for right now. I think I'll overwhelm myself if I don't, but that's kind of where we're at. But thanks for watching, guys. I have a lot more time now. I no longer am working 18-hour days between school and 2 jobs basically, and so hopefully we'll get this done soon, and maybe I'll get it in a show one day, and I don't know, something like that. Thanks, guys.